Welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus. This Dungeons & Dragons podcast may contain fantasy violence, language, and most likely a mimic or two. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's buckle up and open a back window, because it's time to start the adventure. You are right, though. It did kind of taste like a communion cracker.
A little bit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wild Magic School Bus, the most unprofessional D&D podcast you will ever hear. I, of course, am your DM, Calvin Piper, and these people are eating, but let's see if they can go in and introduce themselves.
Not communion.
Have you noticed that every time when Calvin does his intro quip, his lip starts to quiver as he's smiling while he says it?
Oh, he absolutely loves it. It's a joy to watch Calvin start talking on a podcast.
Someday the world will see it too.
Hi, everybody. This is Drew. I play Zeph, the metallic draconian warlock. That's all I got for you today. I'm just going to start watching Calvin's face again. Thank you.
Well, hello, I'm Will. I play Glyph Kazidi, the lizard folk artificer. Fun fact about Will, I love professional wrestling and have a wife.
Allegedly.
No, both of those things are factual. Neither are alleged.
The jury's still out.
Have you been talking to Kelsey?
Who?
Hey, I know you miss me. It's Preston. Happy to be here.
We did miss you, Preston.
My character's name is Lucius Kane, and he's an Asmore warlock with a heart of something. I don't know. Does he have a heart? I don't know. He's pretty damn cold. Anyways, moving on.
Wow, I can't follow that up. I am Michelle, and I play Kenneth, a human ranger. Kenneth. No, just
It's
Kenneth.
not Kenneth?
It's just Kenneth.
Oh, okay.
Kenneth
Wait,
Kwan!
are you saying Kenneth or Kenneth?
Kenneth. Kenneth.
That's it. Kenneth. Okay.
Kenneth.
My name is Matt. I play TBD, and I am now confused as to who my teammates are. Kenneth.
Kenneth.
Where did my friend go?
Kenneth.
A brain slug has entered
The chat?
your head and now eating your brain.
How about where's Liz?
Liz is not here quite yet, but she
What are you
will
talking
be-
about? She's right here.
Hi, I am Liz, and I play Ohiana, the tiefling bard.
Why does Liz sound like Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
Because Liz is actually played by Ariana Grande.
Interesting.
Yeah, so-
All right,
Yeah.
good to know.
Spoiled it.
Maybe next week we can say...
Liz, played by Ariana Grande.
Next session we can start off by saying, and I believe I would be voiced by...
Ooh, that's good.
Teaser!
And before we cut to the actual gameplay, Calvin, do you want to thank anyone?
Yes, thank you, Drew.
You got it.
Shout out to at Rachel L, I believe, on Instagram for shouting out the podcast and saying that she listens now to get herself more comfortable with playing D&D and role-playing. That is one of the large reasons why we continue to do this, because we want people to know that, you know what, anyone can play, and unfortunately, you get to endure listening to us play. So, on that note, let's go ahead and jump into episode 14 of the Godstar Chronicles. You beat me to it!
Just go.
So the last time we were here,
Don't make it number 2.
party, after landing successfully in Mecha City, had decided to begin the investigation of locating Henry Fenlow, the man accused of hatching the plan for sabotaging the Tolliver ship.
That is correct.
Thank you, Drew. They started their investigation by asking around, finally landing at the Union Square, where they approached one of the representatives and asked for the whereabouts of Henry Fenlow, and were promptly told off that he was on an extended leave of absence due to mental distresses.
Yes, that person was very aggressive and abrasive.
Yeah, a little bit. As that interaction happened, there was a moment where Kenneth and Glyph were able to uncover some hastily drawn notes about Fenlow and some of the issues that were going on with him, along with a couple of interesting facts. His home location, the fact that it was unobserved, and a few known associates of his, one that had been freshly inputted on there. After taking all of that into consideration, the party then decided to go to Fenlow's house to see if maybe they could learn more about his whereabouts from the house. And then we started rolling dice. And that's when the plan, which was sound, went from bad to worse. Kenneth and TBD snuck into the house somewhat successfully, but were unable to locate anything about his whereabouts or anything else of an import.
Or did
No, you did not.
TBD
Can
did
confirm.
pocket a number of random items.
Yeah, and he will have a bunch of random items in his pocket for later.
They were all glowing.
Yeah, weirdly.
It's canon.
I'm trying to think. I just lost my train of thought. They broke into the house. Nothing happened. They couldn't find anything. Meanwhile, Ohiana was standing guard outside and was then accosted by members of the district guard. After trying to explain her way out of what she was doing there, she subsequently decided that the best plan of action was to cast a spell on these individuals, which did not kill them instantaneously, unfortunately.
MVP.
Did not kill them, unfortunately, and she was quickly apprehended by what is colloquially known as a trapper and arrested. So, where we are now is the party, after watching Ohiana get dragged off, being accompanied by these city guards and this trapper, you are now alone in the small square just outside of Henry Fenlow's house. There are more City Watch beginning to converge on this area. So what do you guys want to do?
So are we all near each other?
Specifically,
Yes, so-
you tried to...
What I tried to do?
Yeah, so we thought that you would try to run after her, and I tried to tackle you.
Right, so there's this moment of like just everyone's stopped and realizing, just absorbing the moment. And so
Guys.
in this moment,
Yeah.
you can now...
Guys, she knows what she's doing. Don't worry about it. This is all part of her plan. She's super smart. She would never, have this happen.
I'll take this time to run up and be like, hey! Sorry. Guys, Ohiana's being arrested. That's not my voice, but okay.
I
You'll
mean,
get
you're
there.
not far off.
You'll get there.
It's not the right day, but yeah, I did see that. I think, I don't know. I mean, she's in the hands of the law now. She attacked an officer.
So this house was being...
We should probably skedaddle. We should probably get out of
let's
here
get
before
out.
we
we
get
should
deep
probably
in
talk
conversation.
somewhere else.
Yeah, probably a good
We
idea.
have to find a different angle now, because I don't feel like this opportunity is
And we should be...
viable.
So just to be clear, we're not gonna go after Ohiana.
No, I think we
Not at this second. I think
yeah.
Nope,
I think
I
we
agree.
probably need to get back. We need to converge. We need to talk in a place that's safe and not crawling with guards.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get the heck out.
It's the first sound decision I think this group has made together.
Oh, you shut
I
your
don't know.
mouth.
We made a couple of them.
We made lots of good decisions. Remember, what's that guy's
was
name?
the second.
What's the fish guy? Remember
That
the
was
fish
all
guy?
me.
Oh, okay. All right, guy. This dude.
Oh, the tapestry dude was kind of cool. That was a good decision we made. Anyway,
Yeah, we
let's
looked
go.
at
It is.
Yeah.
It looks really nice on me.
Okay, so where are you guys heading now?
Away.
Back to the tavern that we are staying at.
Can I make a perception
Right,
check and
would
see if
that
we're
be
being
decent?
followed?
Make a perception check.
That's not a dice tray.
Oh, I really
No,
thought
it's
you were
not.
going
I
to
re-
roll in the paper plate.
Yeah, I was really close to doing that. 9 plus. Let
Try
me
the
check.
paper plate.
Let me see my stuff.
Oh, by the
Remember-
way, Zeph is still in the form of...
14.
What's her name? The goop lady?
The goop.
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow?
Gwyneth Paltrow, yeah.
Oh, who are you?
TBD's just standing behind you, waiting for you
14
to transform back.
14?
Okay,
Seems
sorry. I
so.
transformed
You
back.
are, as you make your way out of this district, you do notice that there is a little bit more of an increase in
Yeah.
patrolling now. There does seem to be just in the immediate area of the house, but as you guys get away from that area, it seems to kind of go back to its normal sense of just kind of patrolling. But
And we're not
you
clocked.
guys with No, it doesn't seem to be. Nobody's following you. You all seem to kind of get out of there without much muss or fuss, and leaving, kind of trying to blend in as best you can with the crowds. But nevertheless, you guys can make your way back to the Noble Lantern pub, where you are able to go back to your rooms and figure out what you want to do from there.
Okay, guys.
Right, why don't you turn out your pockets? What you guys find?
Oh,
Sorry?
all right.
Yeah. What do we get? I didn't get nothing. I
have 74 gold on me.
And as if his pockets were a bag of holding, a giant sword appeared.
That would be hilarious. No, so reaching into your pockets and pulling out whatever you can, you have a couple of wooden utensils. You have what appears to be an old piece of bread and a couple of ink quills.
I take the piece of bread. Is that okay? Or
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I start
TBD, you did great with the haul that you brought us.
I think this is a spork.
Oh, I need that for the old bread. I'm sorry.
Looks like it. Typically, that's not the kind of items that get us anywhere. But that you did good. I was proud of you. I ain't got nothing. So
wait, so it was like utensils, old piece of bread, and then what?
You did the best.
Some quills.
Some quills.
Like
ink quill.
writing.
Ooh! Look at what type of ink is it?
There is no ink. It's just the quills themselves.
Damn! I was hoping to get some context clues and be like super sleuthy. Damn it!
I think there is nothing.
Can I take the quills? Can I just take everything? Because I really like all this stuff. Okay, sweet.
Okay.
So, speaking of getting places,
Prison
Ohiana has been
by trappers.
abducted. Right.
So is that like? Do they go to the normal place or do they go to like a trapper base or something? I don't know how stuff works here.
That's a good question.
Would I know?
Also, seeing as the home that was being watched was in the Aurelius section, does anyone think it might be good for us to inquire of the Aurelius powers that be about the situation?
I think it might not be a bad idea. I mean,
they have Ohiana, maybe, or it might be the
And also like
Snatchers. That's not it.
Also, can we like feel like this is obviously a very like political thing going on right now, like with Fenlow and all this other stuff. But obviously, they don't really like. What I realize is that a lot of people don't really care about like a particular individual. So like, what I'm thinking is that he is of use or is of a political statement, right? So what I'm thinking is maybe when we go over there and stuff, like you know how we always do things like favor for favor. You know what we've been doing. So maybe like we could probably do something of interest for that political part, like that party, and then they'd be like, "Oh, sure, here he is," but in a very like subtle, under the table way. I just learned what that meant. Under the table, like all thanks to you guys, I really appreciate it. So.
yeah, I mean,
What do you think that means, actually? Before we move,
subtly.
That's pretty damn good. Hey,
that's actually spot
we're all
on.
Yeah, I've been blinking
here.
too.
I know. I noticed.
I walk into some walls sometimes because it disorients me, but like I'm doing it.
You do know
you're
it's not
suggesting-
supposed to be prolonged. You're supposed to shut them and open them back
I
up
count to
real
3 every
quick.
time I do it.
so you're suggesting that we go and seek an audience with the Aurelius?
Yeah, I think your
powers
idea is
that
good. I was
be
just trying to extrapolate upon it.
and talk to them about perhaps offering a favor in exchange for information on
Yeah, for sure.
Fenlow and the release of our companion.
So that thing is that they have this little thing called leverage, right? So like we are gonna be at like a slight disadvantage when it comes to negotiations because they have one of our party members, and so they would hold us over our head a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, I don't
Let's be
think
aware
we're
of that.
coming here with any kind of power.
Yeah. No, but I think your idea is really good actually. So good job.
Well, I mean that's
I don't know what to
valid.
say.
My thought is,
One,
Dimitri
2, 3.
should be in town soon too.
Who?
Dimitri.
Well, like,
right? Circus
like
man, because he's probably going to need
how many days did you
Ohiana,
say?
right?
How many days till he gets
6
here?
or 7, I think.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, thereabouts.
I mean, she's
Okay.
scrappy. She can make it a week.
No, I
she
don't
can
want to
definitely
do that
survive
to
prison.
her.
I mean, like we've been in prison before.
I'm
Like,
absolutely
we've been in, like, jail, not
expecting
prison.
her to just show up at any second. She's just giving.
I've
up
been in
the
jail
slip.
before.
She woke up and then just.
Her and Calvin recorded a session yesterday.
Have
of
you guys
her
not been in
entire
jail
Prison Break
before?
episode. I mean, we're kind of like the guys that.
I mean, like one
put
of my
things-
best friends. I mean, he
Okay.
got out in like 2 days, but like he was really cool. I liked him.
Yeah.
You never been like incarcerated for like a little bit?
No.
No, it's like kind of the
prison-
opposite of following the law, which is
Prisoner
kind
of war is something we might.
Oh, that's horrible. I'm
No,
sorry
we
that
never
happened to you.
were. No.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
cool,
we,
cool.
I mean, We've been addressed on it. You know what to do. Cyanide capsules, things like that.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Okay. Yep, so let's go make a barter with House Aurelius. See, I mean, we've got nothing. We've literally got nothing to give them. Other than our undying loyalty. And at this point, that would kind of make us...
We do have a sport. Alright.
In one of the bedtime stories that Zeph read me, there was one about a prisoner exchange. Maybe we can kidnap one of them and exchange.
Ooh, that's a great idea, TBD.
I didn't like the story, but...
No, that's a good idea. Prisoner exchange. Who should we take?
I love this kid.
I think that'll end us up in more trouble.
Oh, yeah,
thinking
it
it through, I mean, it's kind of like, hey, we created a problem, and we're going to make a bigger one that's somehow going to rectify the first one and the second one. I don't see it.
Yeah,
But that's a good idea. We might be able to suggest to them that we could get someone that they want.
Bird in the hand
Maybe that
is
was the
worth
point of the
Ohiana
story.
in the...
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay, so do we know if somebody gets taken in by trappers, do they go to, is it like a city jail, or is it like trapper-specific areas, or is it like a general, you know what I mean?
The only information that you would have is from your hometown, which is that they would just get taken to jail, unless it was a major crime, in which case...
level 5 spells.
They get sent to Alcatraz Island.
I'm trying to
Level
think
5
if
spells?
it...
No.
I'm trying to think if anything...
I'm
you've had a
just
long day of
thinking like
customer
what
service. I
she
don't think
did
I can
initially
agree.
was nothing bad, and she would have gone to regular jail, and
Yeah, we're
then she
trespassing.
tried to murder
Oh, that is
multiple
a
town
thing.
guards
Yeah,
at the same time.
Hey, listen.
From bail to like
Have you ever been faced with a hungry raccoon?
Yes, multiple.
All right, so
Yeah,
you know what it's like when they
there's-
get cornered. When you're
there's-
looking down at them, they're like,
There's Quilly, there's
thing.
Raph, and then there's
I thought
Taffy.
that was like a
different
wrestler.
breeds, huh?
no, this is their names.
Quilly Raff.
No,
No.
the hungry raccoon.
Yeah, there's 3 hungry raccoons.
I have yet to meet a hungry raccoon that did not taste good. I'll say that much.
Fair.
Noted.
Once
I never
cooked.
eaten them. I should try that sometime.
Maybe.
So,
in answer to your question, you wouldn't know specifically how it works here in town.
Of course,
you would have
yeah.
to ask around. You just know locally what. None of you are from here, so it's hard to
So
like ascertain.
what we should do is just literally just go and just talk. Then we should just do that.
just ask
We have
them
no
where the prison
information,
is.
so let's go do that now.
Yeah, I think if maybe
A barkeep would probably know.
one of us or two of us were to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a little sketchy. Like, hey, what
dude.
about the prison? Tell me about that. And he'd be like, why
you know
are
what?
Let's just go straight to the authority, guys.
Why don't we ask the barkeeper? That might narrow things down a little bit. There's no reason
Have you
they
met
should
him?
have a problem.
Have you met the
One of our party
What's his name?
was, arrested for these acts. Where would we find them?
Let's
Were we
A
gonna
bartender's gonna
Were we
know.
gonna do a favor for Mr. Lavish or whatever the hell his name is, Tomar?
Eventually.
Oh, eventually. Okay, cool. I was just looking at our
IOU check.
itinerary or whatever.
We now have a document of all the promises we've
Yep.
made.
We're like, I don't know. I'm kind of on team. Let's just go speak to House Aurelius and see if we can get her busted out.
Yeah, but this is also a union, though. This is union stuff.
Yeah, but trappers are separate from the union.
No, they're not. Are
Yeah,
they?
because technically she didn't attack the Union. She attacked House Aurelius.
I assumed the union, trappers were union. Whatever.
Calvin,
But
the
the
trappers,
barkeep would know.
we would know.
Make a history check.
Because if they aren't, then this is incredible.
20 natural.
Natural 20.
A total of 17.
Yep. No, 18. But yeah.
You would know that trappers, again, the colloquial term for these individuals, are part of the enforcement of arcane authority, which is based in Mecca City. Essentially, it is a council of individuals, scientists, leaders of all shapes and sizes who have created regulations and barriers to magic based on as a direct result of history. basically. So essentially, if you use magic that is deemed uncontrolled or unregulated, it is then brought before the Arcane Authority, and they determine if it is, an offense or not. But their enforcers, which are known as trappers, are the ones that go out and either deal with the aftermath of uncontrolled magics or reports of uncontrolled magic being used.
But they're not under the authority of any of the houses or the union. They're more like under the...
They're like a third party,
their
right?
own...
Yeah.
Or like...
That's the...
assumption.
That is the assumption, yes. I won't say yes or no. It is made up of a lot of people. But
theoretically, all of the houses
it is
plus the union together.
Theoretically, it is not owned by anybody specifically. It is a collective in order to make sure that regulations do not favor one or the other. At least that is what the presentation of the Arcane Authority is.
Supposed to be egalitarian. That's what we're supposed to.
And checks and balances,
Correct.
yeah.
But no. As all things should be.
Right.
Hey, barkeep.
Okay, so you go down to the bar. You see the bartender there. His kind of short brown hair and kind of fine features. Looks at all of you. Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good evening, afternoon. Well,
Good evening, afternoon.
so,
is tardy?
hypothetically, if a member of our party was to have been apprehended by the trappers
Ran into the trappers, did you?
for attempting to evade the
You don't have to get into all the details.
Assaulting.
constabulary of one of the houses by
Right.
using
That's a big word. I don't know.
uncontrolled magic.
I read lots of books. I know what it was.
Do you think they would be taken to the jails
not
of
even sure
the
you know
house
stories.
involved or elsewhere?
No, the houses don't have prisons necessarily. Otherwise, you'd have political parties being thrown into jail and kept there for indeterminate amount of times. No, everybody gets thrown into the iron pen and then awaits their judgment there based on their offences or the house they offended. But the iron pen is basically, it's in the... I know where it is somewhere. Hang on.
I appreciate it.
Just
It's in the Carbon District with the university and the Union Square. It's all over there.
So, if one wished to gain the freedom of their compatriot whilst awaiting the trial, is there a bail system, and how might that work?
It all depends on what the crime is.
Attempted murder of house guards.
Oh, that's not good. You'd have to speak to the constabularies in charge of
For the record, I don't think it was attempted murder. I have like a whispering inkling in my head that it wasn't an attempted
more
murder.
like
No,
self-defense
it-
I'm a
murder.
bartender. I don't judge.
Yeah.
I don't judge.
I mean, like, magic is like something you can't really choose whether or not it's lethal. Like,
So we need to figure out what the charges are.
Some
and how
call
we
it
can-
murder, some call it self-defense. I ain't gonna.
I call it
don't
a good time.
I mean, it was kind of self-offense. She was being arrested and
Sure,
decided
you can't always pick your battles, but no, you'd have to speak to speak to them
Hey,
directly at the Iron Pen. Hey,
What's your name?
my name,
Yeah.
Din.
Din?
Yeah,
Nice. You take tips?
of course I take tips.
Ja, and I throw him a gold.
Ding! He grabs it.
It's for being helpful,
appreciated.
man. Yeah, remember, hey, my name's Lucius. Remember that.
Lucius,
Yeah.
you're right. Remember that.
All right, we're friends now.
And I'm Kenneth.
Sure. Right.
Remember that one too. Kenneth.
Kenneth.
I'm Kenneth.
Is that Dwarven?
we kind of just let her do her own thing usually.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, Iron Pen, be a place to go.
Right. Let's go to jail.
Thanks so much.
Okay. So,
community
leaving the Tin District and making your way around the outskirts of the Great House itself, you guys make your way back towards the Carbon District. You've been here before. You can see the larger, more industrial buildings that house these. God, I had the word and I lost it. Institutions. Passing the Union Square, passing the university, you find yourselves at, for lack of a better term, what looks to be a prison. You can see large guard towers positioned every couple hundred feet across this large kind of like yellowed stone wall with these wires that kind of run across the top of it. you guys can see there are individuals kind of through the thin arrow shot holes in the wall itself. You can kind of see people milling about in large open areas. It seems to be all of them are kind of, either in shackles or in manacles, but it's open air in some places. There's cells and stuff, but it's a large compound. But you guys make your way around to the front of it where you are allowed in, and you can make your way into an antechamber of sorts for the outside of the Iron Pen. As you walk in, first thing you notice is that there is a lot of people, but they're all being corralled by automatons.
Oh shit! You know what? I just realized. I was there. I'm gonna take TBD, and I think we're gonna wait this one out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, buddy, let's go over here and see if we can maybe get some lunch or
TBD,
something.
you want the spork? Just keep yourself safe.
I don't think I need a spork for that.
Oh, sweet.
I'll be like walking into prison, being like, actually, I don't think I should be.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm like, oh shit!
No,
what if
right.
we were seen or spotted at some point?
I'll talk to you.
Yeah, so you two can step out.
Let's.
The rest of you make your way. Make your way in.
You got McDonald's money, TBD?
He does. He's actually really rich
Rolling
for
a
like.
bag of gold.
All right.
Is this in there?
That's like the equivalent of like $2,500. Yeah, you can
Is
pay
McDonald's here?
No.
Oh.
Happy Meals, not McDonald's.
only
close enough.
Roy's.
I'm just saying
A
that
yippee
because
meal.
like a large percentage of our listeners are going to be like, no, but remember there's McDonald's there at some point. All
At
of
some
those
point, it's going to
listeners
be
of
a
ours,
lynch.
they're- yeah.
It's going to be a
I
linchpin
just
in a
don't want
plot
that
hook
whole
somewhere.
Reddit subreddit thing
Yeah.
going on.
It's just gonna.
r/Wild Magic School Bus, make it.
Yeah.
Take them
Make
as a
it.
sponsor.
Reddit?
No.
No, they don't.
No.
Whack
I will not take
Donald.
McDonald's
Reddit
as a sponsor. No, Reddit won't sponsor.
No, McDonald's.
McDonald's?
Can Reddit sponsor?
I don't think it can. I think it's a community.
That's
We're
a
getting off
sidebar.
track
Anyways,
here.
yeah, we can get you a yippee meal.
Okay.
McDonald's.
So you guys make your way into the kind of the front antechamber of this place. You can see there are several automatons all kind of like working in and throughout here. And now you can see there are uniformed guards.
Uniform.
But as you guys enter, you are greeted by somebody at the front. Kind of a thin, kind of female-looking individual. They're kind of like triangular hat, kind of placed off to the side of their head, hair pulled straight back in a very, very neat bun. Acknowledges you as you walk in. Is there something I can help you with?
Yes. Oh. Sorry, do you want to speak or you want me to speak?
Oh, no, please, go ahead. That sigh was out loud, was it?
Yeah, no, you can go, man.
No,
That's
you.
cool.
I can't wait.
Hello, yes, we actually were here because a friend of ours, actually, I don't really know how to go about this, so I'm just going to say it. A friend of ours might be in jail, and we'd like to see about how we could get her out of it. We're kind of like her
Not
legal...
really an attack I would have used, but
kind of
good.
like her legal advisors, for lack of a better word.
Right. Do you have a name for this individual?
Ohiana?
Oh, here.
Tiefling, very beautiful, like, coloration and stuff, like...
Right.
It's like pearlescent, I don't remember.
Beautiful in
Yes,
all ways.
yes, right here on the
Some
logs.
ways.
Yes, I do see. We just performed intake on a tiefling named Okiana. To what is your inquiry? Are you?
What's bail set at for her, maybe?
Well, we're wondering of what she is accused, and the bail that...
There is no charges set yet. The accusations, however, include but do not exceed
That means at the most it's...
I have idea.
trespassing, assault on an officer, and use of uncontrolled magics.
Ooh,
So we're talking like 10 gold to get her out, probably?
Bail is set at 1,000 gold if these charges stick, but again, the charges have not been placed yet. If she does not pay, the bail is up to at least 6 months of jail
Is there
time,
a
if not
report?
longer.
Is there like a report on it? Like, can we see like the details of like?
It hasn't been filed. Charges
hasn't been
until the
filed?
report has been submitted to trial. She came in not but an hour ago.
Hour ago? Dang.
Do you have, is there a hearing scheduled?
I'm sure you
It
could
hasn't even
speak
filed
to
yet.
one of the justices when the charges are actually in place, but
About how long does that usually
Do I have
take?
anything that can help?
maybe a day or more. It depends on how busy the justices are.
Do you know, who does it say is bringing the charges against her? Is it the constabulary itself, or...
Can I make a perception check? that to look for like, or hear for like if guards are gossiping about like what just happened, or
Sure.
like
Yeah, go
just,
make a
like,
perception check.
Gather like who they might be. Ooh, 17.
The charges are brought forth by the city itself. If you, well, the city and the house in which the offense was made. But yes, if you're looking for a specific name, House Aurelius will be pressing the charges if they deem them in port. It was their militant that got assaulted. It was their district that got trespassed upon.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Alright, so kind of like the conversation we had a couple of hours ago, we should go speak with House Aurelius.
Let's
I
have this
17.
conversation
17?
when we go
Yeah.
back outside.
Don't really hear it. There's only about 3 humanoids in this building right now. The rest of them are all automatons, all kind of standing at like static or like lining the edges of the room.
So the robots aren't saying anything?
They are not speaking, no.
Well, robots should have a gossip function.
I feel like that would actually be a bad idea.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
a pothole.
So yeah, alright, well we appreciate your time. We will get out of your hair. You seem really busy doing stuff. So yeah.
Thank you. Alright, so you guys leave the Iron Pen, make your way. Where are you headed now?
Guys, yeah. What were we saying about House Aurelius?
Yeah, I think we need to meet back up with our other 2 compatriots, and then we should probably skeet to House Aurelius since they're the ones that are bringing the charges forward. I feel like they're probably the ones that we should be talking to.
I second that.
Okay. So you gather up the
Anyone
rest of your
else?
group.
Yep.
Alright.
What kind of toy did you get? They give you those still in the Yippee meals, right? Back in my day, they would give you a toy.
A colorblind Rubik's Cube.
It's one of those wind-up ones.
Oh.
It's called... It, like,
Like skitters.
skitters around.
Yeah.
It's called a Pocket Moon.
Pocket Moon.
I love it. That's great. Treasure
pretty
that.
cool.
Hey, listen.
We're so close to copyright infringement with every sentence that we say.
In 15 minutes, when you're tired of that piece of crap, don't feel bad about tossing it away.
Or
They pile up
If
pretty
you find like
quick.
another kid or something, just give it to them.
No, I like that idea.
What was that?
Donating it to another kid.
Oh, yeah.
There's definitely a bunch of children here, probably, because like we live in like an urban area. There's people existing.
I just don't want to find it under our bunk at
I'm gonna be pissed. If I step on it at 3
Yeah,
o'clock in
yeah,
the morning,
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
be pissed.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are going to go talk to House Aurelius.
Yep. Let's find out how we get an audience with this.
Okay. Make an
Learn how to be great
investigation
at
check
this.
for me.
What's going on with Liz right now? Do you want
I was
to
just
cut
about to
Liz?
say, can we flash to Liz?
Yeah, we
We
can
will.
watch this. So you, sorry, what?
An investigation check.
18.
18. Okay. With an 18, you find out that you're running into a lot more hurdles than you anticipated because you're trying to find and speak to somebody in House Aurelius. There's a lot of people who officially work for House Aurelius. When speaking of the crimes committed against the house and asking those questions, a lot of people just kind of give you, well, can't help you there. Mainly because they don't seem to care. You're not getting a lot of headway, and the only person you were able to learn that could provide any help for you, a gentleman by the name of Basim Aurelius, is unavailable for at least a day. Or at least until tomorrow. That sounds better that way.
Do any of y'all have like a spell that you can maybe cast to talk to Ohiana
What's the guy's name?
I'm gonna
from
Basim.
long distance or not?
Basim.
Basim.
I'll tell you what. Let's workshop that. We'll think it out loud. So the person who's in jail for doing magic,
No,
you want me to do magic to talk to
already
in the
established?
town where she got arrested.
So Kenny, can I call you that? Is that
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I prefer Kenneth, but that's all right.
That's just weird, man.
I'm joking, man.
Oh, okay. So like, you know, we already found out that these trappers are attracted to like magic, like pulses or whatever. So if we cast high level magic, which is the only way we can even contact them, it's gonna be
All right.
a problem.
Hear me out. What if we play by their rules? So they don't like magic just being cast willy-nilly, but what if we got an item with magic contained in it? Because they're not mad at that, because that's contained magic, right?
I think so.
I mean, I got a paint set. That's
it's
pretty.
a bunch of bureaucratic BS. I don't know.
All right, next question. So, say we do go on this wild goose hunt to find magical item to speak with Okiana.
We need to speak.
What is it that we need to say to her / hear from her that will help with anything right now?
I don't know. That's a good
I just want to check in on her, see how baby girl's doing.
She's doing fine, probably.
Presumably.
Yeah. Unless she's getting jumped by, like, people in power and forcing...
All right, next question. Say we check in on her.
Speaking of getting jumped, Hannah, I'm going to need you to roll initiative here in a little bit. I'm kidding.
Speaking of...
You ever heard of the Stanford prison experience?
Oh, no.
So, say we check in on her, and she's like, oh my god, life's so bad, I've been stabbed 3 times. What are we going to do except cry about it right now?
No, yeah, we should definitely
double down our efforts. I don't know. I guess we can just double down our efforts.
Yeah,
period.
which is
I actually
basically
think that's information I'd like to know in case we do need to
like
take
triage
more drastic.
Yeah.
All right, so say she's getting murdered right now. Are we going to do a prison break? I'm not going to do a prison break.
There's a lot of robots. I don't know how robots work, and they scare me.
Yeah, technology is scary.
It is
for damn sure.
And I have a coffin on my back.
Yeah, nobody's forgotten.
If she's being murdered, we could at least rent
Doorways
her aid.
suck.
As you guys are having this conversation, you make your way back to the Noble Lantern pub. Kind of walking in, you all sit down and begin to continue your conversation over food and drinks as the day begins to turn to night and the demographic of the pub begins to turn into the more lively part as people are starting to gamble and starting to amass and enjoy themselves as the day is now over. As you guys are having this conversation around your table about a potential prison break or trying to find a way to get to Ohiana, you hear the sound of a couple mugs clink at your table, and a voice that's somewhat familiar goes, "Take my advice. You don't want to break into a prison, especially the Iron Pen. It does not end well for you."
Is it the captain?
The sweeping robes of Dimitri set themselves down
Dimitri.
at your table and kind of rest.
Dimitri!
Lucius, it's good to see you, my friend.
We are in a predicament.
I know. I get in not but a day, and I hear already that my star performer is in prison.
You know what? They look great while doing it, though.
Weirdly, it sounds like he's going to be the one to solve this problem. Yep.
Yay!
What did I tell you?
Yeah, no,
I said, hey, let's
problem
talk.
solver Dimitri.
You are very astute, Mr. Kaziti. In fact, I have already solved your problem for you. As he kind of motions his hand and bringing, you see the door opens and you see a couple people spill out, and Ohiana is among them.
Wait, so how'd you do that? Did you pay your
Is it
bail?
the real Ohiana?
It is.
Let's find out later. Ohiana, here you are. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Ain't that some shit? They really took you in for that, huh?
Apparently.
Yeah, weird how breaking the law has consequences.
Yeah, and ain't that some
sorry.
shit?
Anarchy! Whoa!
Did you expect me not to defend myself while being accosted?
Well, being arrested for trespassing? Yeah, I kind of thought you might obey the law.
Yeah, that would just be like
As
a
you are
couple of
helping
fine.
aid a break-in.
Hey,
I wasn't helping aid at anything.
It's pretty loud, right? So like a lot of like, I'm gonna look around again because I'm anxious because frick 12. I rolled a 12. I'm just kidding. 18 plus 5, 23.
Okay. See you fun.
We're all good friends.
Dimitri's just kind of sipping his drink and watching you. A simple thank you would have sufficed, but this is much more entertaining.
No, for real though. Thank you so much. Because that bail was set pretty damn high. I don't even think together we could combine.
So is she going to need to show up for a hearing or anything, or did you clear it?
No, it's no issues. I pulled some strings. My adventures around the world at large and then the Brasslands has allowed me a little bit of leverage when it comes to things like this.
So it was a Dimitri ex machina then.
Like you're gonna have all this like dirt and like.
I love that idea. That is a great one
like
to do.
Why did no one
I feel inspired by you telling me this, and you should feel inspired as well.
I do.
Take inspiration.
Come on, Dimitri ex machina.
No, I hate you.
I hate it here.
Is that like a movie from the silent movie era, or?
Yeah, Saved by the Machine.
Black and white or Technicolor?
It's a dramatic like tool. Deus ex machina. God from the machine. Oh, I play with a bunch of
No, Drew.
No, I know.
Educated turd.
No, I knew what it meant. I just didn't laugh.
Yeah.
I hate it here.
Remember that scene from She's the Man? He's like, man, screw you guys, I hate college. That's what I feel like.
I hate college.
Dimitri, that's appreciated. Who you got strings with that you've been pulling?
I'm shame eating now.
Treat yourself.
My dear, you don't get as far as I have gotten without indulging yourself in some secrets.
All right, Wink, tell them.
So, like,
You are convincing, but no.
Do we like?
Can I
owe
do
you
a
anything
charisma
for this?
check?
Make a persuasion check.
All right,
hell
let's go.
You actually roll natural 20, get some juice. Is that 2?
It's a 13.
13.
Steel trap.
Steel trap.
So,
Damn.
so Dimitri,
Yes.
so usually with this kind of stuff, do we have to do something in return?
You have not forgotten. An eye for an eye in our business as it is.
Yeah,
No.
I got an eye, I got another eye.
You don't have to give me
They
any of
both
your
blink.
eyes.
It pops out. I was kidding, it doesn't. That's a joke, guys. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke.
One of these days I'm going to make him roll for his jokes and see if it actually happens.
Sleight of hand. You know, could he like?
Honestly,
fake,
it'll be really funny. Like, do you
Rolls
know,
a nat one, it actually takes your eye out. Oh, God.
I can still see out of it though because it's like some warlock stuff.
The
So I
weirdest,
just
like-
take it out tactical, like
Yeah.
we're scouting, pop it out and roll it down the.
Like Mr. Potato Head.
Yes, Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, gosh. Your character's got a whole new meaning with that ability.
So cool.
Dimitri kind of smiles. So, as recompense for this, Ohiana has graciously volunteered herself to be the star of my first opening night whenever we begin here in the next probably 4 or 5 days or so. We are still in the process of setting up the tents and getting everything ready, but opening night, it's going to be great. We're going to put everything out there, and Ohiana will be gracious enough to grace us with a performance that night.
As always.
Y'all got the tube stakes?
No, unfortunately, we have run out of those, but I'm
Son
sure
of a
we
bitch.
could. Sure we could.
How's Richard hanging? Doing good?
He's doing well.
All right. Just checking. I mean,
Isn't he the accountant or something?
no, he's a.
Is it getting pumped up?
He's one of the
Oh, man.
he's one of the best tent creators.
Yeah,
in
no,
the-
but he's like really good at math. Like, have you ever spoken to him? He's actually incredibly good.
he's
at arithmetic.
fantastic at it. It's
Yeah,
He can
uncanny.
count till at least 14.
It's at least, if not more.
So
At any rate,
he's got the tent directed then.
he's working on it right now. It
He's
takes
pitching it?
it takes
He's
time.
directing
It
it
takes
right
time.
now.
They are very large tents, you understand,
Understandable. Very large.
My.
and there are several of them.
Yeah.
So efficient.
Every angle. Every angle
It's,
you can think of.
it's
there's a
easier to
tent there.
pitch a tent with someone else than to just do it by yourself. But I mean, if you
Richard
no.
is
A different animal, man.
He's different altogether. He prefers to do most of it himself.
spends his whole day dicking around, it sounds like.
It's, he's good at not many things, but that is one
Beat
thing.
him.
Okay, let's move on.
Incredible.
Are you volunteering to give him a hand?
Wow, this is a family podcast?
It sounds like a really tough job.
This reminds me of another bedtime story.
No. Whatever you think you heard, you misunderstood it.
I'm clapping my hands over TBD's ears. All right.
Earmuffs, kid.
He's saying
All right,
it.
listen here, Dimitri.
No
But-
more.
It was about camping. I don't know what you guys talking about.
I clamp his mouth.
It's band camp. No.
What happens in band camp stays in band camp.
At any rate, you are all welcome to attend our opening night if you so
that
desire.
it?
But I'm sorry.
Is that it?
Of
I mean, I am content with this.
of course, I brought you back your friend. Is that not enough?
No,
No,
I thought
that's
you were gonna give us a
perfect.
direction or something to go. Like,
Do you need direction? It
Yeah.
seems
No,
like
we,
you-
hey,
right?
listen, we know where we're going. We know what we're doing. We have an associate
it's just-
linked up with a man. that
Don't
we-
get greedy. He got Ohiana out of prison.
I'm not getting greedy. I don't know, man. I'm just freaking
It
confused.
is alright. Speak your mind, Lucius. What?
I'm just like, so we were trying to freaking break in, and
Right.
that didn't work.
No, we
Not
weren't
at
trying.
all.
We weren't
And-
trying to do that.
and-
Actually, that
and-
wasn't.
Okay, sorry. The window just fell apart.
It did.
And the
That's
chair
facts.
fell apart.
Legally, I look
How
around.
we can find Henry Fenlow. That's what you
Yeah.
want to ask.
Yeah. So, like, we were gonna go to his domicile, and that happened, and obviously it's already being watched now. There's
Right.
patrols are now, as you do when you do that kind of thing, obviously is that there's even more, it's even harder to do the next time because there's a bunch more people and, like, higher security.
It is increasingly
So,
difficult.
from my perspective, when you get stuck on something, you change perspective. You go for a different angle. And I was
course.
wondering if you could somehow point us a direction, a different angle.
Well, do you have any other leads?
We do,
Fenlow?
yes.
What do we do?
What do you have?
I'm
we,
lost.
We have an associate of Fenlow, Malcolm Sandvik.
Malcolm Sandvik.
Do you know that guy? Does he recognize that guy?
Malcolm what?
Sandvik.
Sandvik?
As a matter of fact, Malcolm Sandvik is one of the most lucrative tavern owners in the Breastlands.
What tavern?
He owns many of them, all throughout many of the major cities.
All right,
And
where does he run then?
Where
All
does
the major
he
cities.
run?
Yeah, like does he
Yeah.
station at one? Have maybe like an office or something he works at?
I'm sure he does, but I don't know him personally. I just am aware of. We've stayed at many of his taverns when we travel. We've stayed at the Silver Ship, is a beautiful one that is it's in Metal City, not far from here. There's the Cobbled Tankard in Hammerfall. It's another well-run establishment of his.
What tankard? Sorry.
The Cobbled Tankard.
Kobold?
Cobbled.
Cobbled, okay.
There's the hidden chest in Colborough.
The exposed chest.
Can we
in
start
Cold
calling Pothole the Cobalt Tankard? Because that's what
Kind of what he is.
right now.
And we love him. We love him.
That's a hell good what do you call it, mascot? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's him.
Cobalt
And
Tankard.
then he
Right,
has
members of the Cobalt Tankard.
he has a few individuals.
I like it.
He has a few pubs here in Mecca City. There's the Iron Dwarf pub, the Green Cube, and he had the one, but it is probably not running anymore.
Which one is that?
Yeah, which
one?
one's that?
That sounds sus.
It was called the Great House, but
The what house?
the Great House.
Sounds great.
And it
What,
was.
did they get knocked for stealing the Great House's name or something like that?
No, it
Turns
was
out
more
it
of
was
a.
just okay.
It's more of a play on words of the Great Houses, but this was
Oh, okay.
many years ago, before the solidification of the districts, as it were.
Back before
As it were.
everyone started self-isolating in their own areas.
As it were, yes.
Back when things were harmonious and people
yes.
worked in common.
So basically, it's
Fine,
kind of,
Nation.
you'd say it maybe is abandoned at this point?
I would not know. I've not been there ever, but
Guys.
it was.
If ever there was a place to assemble maybe some illegal mechanizations, maybe it's an abandoned old bar.
Or hideaway.
Yeah, no, it's like people love untaxable
Hideaway
income.
known companion.
This is true.
Bingo.
Me too.
It is my favorite type.
Guys, I think under cover of night we need to go do a night.
Oh yeah, yes.
Agreed. Yeah, let's
You
wait
don't-
till night
Don't
this
get
time.
excited.
I can just see in the dark. I thrive in darkness.
Can we maybe even reconnoiter a little before we go barging in?
I just told him not to get excited, and you're setting a bad
Can
example.
we maybe reconnoiter?
Of course we can do that. Yeah, because we're not going to not
I
reconnoiter.
agree, yes. We should be calm
Although it
about
seems to be our
this.
pattern.
Yeah, you kind of got to break the habit.
Break the rabbit.
No.
I will not do so. I am mature and calm.
Weirdly, I like the old one better, but
Link.
I know he's
One.
broken.
Two.
Dimitri sets his tankard on the table. It is time for me to make sure things are running at a good pace. I will leave you all to figure out whatever it is you need
Goodbye,
to figure
Dimitri. You're freaking cool, man.
out. Until I see you again.
Arrivederci.
Oh, Hannah, walk with me out the door,
Spanish?
please.
I mean, Elvish?
He
Ooh,
leaves.
solo cutscene.
No,
Here we
I don't
go.
think so.
That's Elvish.
That's
He steps out into the street as the sound of the
I don't know if we could say that.
the sound of the atmosphere kind of dies out as you step out into the cooler night air of Mecca City. The populace now pretty much gone, as everyone has either made their way to their favorite pub or back home. you can see the other couple circus people that Dimitri brought with him are getting ready to leave as Dimitri kind of stands there and stretches, looking out at the kind of a crescent moon that is slightly being obscured by the great house itself as he kind of looks up at it. You know, when I said that you should go and discover, life outside of the circus, I did not expect less than a month later you would be in prison for assaulting.
It wasn't the intention. I didn't appreciate the idea of being arrested very much.
Neither, I don't blame you. I don't think anybody would appreciate that. But you are smart, Oriana. I would not give you my blessing and believe it if I did not believe so. Use your smarts. Use your charms. Use your persuasions. Violence is only good for those who are experts at it. And you've never been an expert at violence.
It's a work in progress.
It is. Remember, it is the subtle touch that gets the result sometimes. And I won't always be here to loan you 1,000 gold to bury you out of jail.
Again, thank you quite.
It is nothing. It is nothing. It is a favor from one friend to another. But I do care about you and Lucius. I care that you are all right and you are doing what it is you feel is right. Just be careful.
I shall, yes, be more careful.
And puts his hand on your shoulder, the kind of warmth from the ever-burning embers under his skin kind of warming your shoulder. Very good. Enough of the softness. We have a show to perform.
We do.
Whenever you're finished here, you know where to find us. We're just on the north end of the city, outside of it.
I never killed him.
We're setting up.
Like we've only.
See you opening night.
I'll see you then.
Kind of smiles and pauses for just a hair's moment more, and kind of turns and motions to the other individuals who all wave at you and all kind of walk off into the night. Making your way back into the pub, you can kind of discuss your next move or call it a night. It's up to you.
I think we have one thing to discuss right now, and I think we all understand.
Who's running point?
Are you eating that? Okay.
I was going to say, what kind of performance are you going to put on?
Oh, true.
Yeah. Oriana, what's your talent?
Is it going to be another story thing? You're really good at those. I love stories.
It is going to be a bit of a variety. So I'm quite skilled in the art of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Intricate storytelling, as it might be. Embellished with both magics and movements and incorporating the talents of my other circus performers.
Excellent.
Do you know those stand-up bards?
No.
They come up and they pick a story that's fairly loosely based off of their experiences and then embellish it and then all that stuff. Imagine that, but done dramatic. Rather than funny. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's really impressive. It's really nice. All the kids love it. I mean, I love it too. I don't know if it says about me, but
Well, let's say we get down to business and give her a real good story to tell.
So we're gonna.
That was so cool. That was such a good line.
Right, and as you guys are having this conversation, I've fogged up Pothole's glass, and I'm just drawing schematics. Already way ahead of you. Already got it.
I knew I could count on you.
This is all well and good, but if it is getting dark outside, we could go check out that.
Let's do it.
That closed down tavern. That seems like the next lead we got.
I'll look at you and I blink twice, and then I look at the drawing, and then I look back at you and back at the drawing. I think that's what we were just talking about.
How could you ever tell? It looks like decapitated stick figures.
Right, well, you know what? You can make your own fucking plan then, and I just wipe that off.
I think I just did.
Excuse me, does Pothole enjoy being used as a whiteboard?
Hey, mate, how you feel about it?
Says it gives him a sense of purpose.
Bingo. Dude, that was exactly what I was going to say. Oh my god. It's terrifying.
I think we're all slowly learning
understands him
pothole.
too,
Like,
apparently.
actually, I think we're all slowly learning pothole. Like, it's insane.
Oh, I think so. I'm gonna like blow back at him, see if I can speak. Oh, can I speak his language? I'm gonna try.
Just blink twice if you need help.
He actually speaks.
Pothole are actually best friends. We're like talking in the background. You guys are always doing this stuff.
Please tell me that there's going to be like a one-off
adventure.
where just the two of them.
TBD and
Pothole's big
I would watch
adventure.
Oh my gosh, college short stories.
The short stories of Pothole and TBD.
That is hilarious. I love that. I'm here for it. You're gonna try. Are you trying to do this, or are we?
No, I really want to try to speak his language.
Okay,
right
go ahead and
now.
make a. If you're actually trying, go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go.
She hasn't picked up.
Oh, it's not bad.
17.
Comment to him.
17. With a 17, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that saying "blub blub" to Pothole means nothing.
Because they speak. I feel like they're speaking common, but they're underwater.
Yes.
While
Like,
she's
what's
having
happening?
that conversation, I just like take a couple steps back because I'm going to cast a message spell, and I've got to do the old Obi-Wan hand.
Yep.
And I just tell him, get offended, like heavily offended.
Make a persuasion check.
We're really just reading lips.
Pothole is not inherently a butthole. Wait.
Then a 6. Slow.
Sounds weird.
He looks perturbed, but in a way that's just like.
Oh, that's classic ass
Yeah,
Pothole. Look
that's-
at him.
Yeah, it's not.
Like a 6th grade actor.
Yeah, he's just trying to like. I'm angry at you, like that kind of a vibe. It's
I'll
like,
wink at him.
Yeah. He winks back and then goes, and then it makes a face.
Oh, I love him so much.
Okay, so you guys heading out tonight, or what are you doing?
I think we go tonight, and I pull out the old revolver. Like, guess it's time to figure out how this thing works.
Yeah, me too. I'll pull out the gun that you lent me.
Don't point that
Wait.
Wait, when did you get
We
a gun?
immediately like a dozen other guns in the barge, like Mexican standoff.
We have two party members who have firearms that they aren't used to.
I have no idea how the hell to operate
Turn it
this
around.
thing.
Turn it around. Turn it around. That's the wrong way.
Stop pointing it at me.
On my foot. I hear that's where you're supposed to rest these things, right?
Oh my gosh, she's the
Walking
one
like a
person in
peg
the
leg.
firing range who just like puts her hands on top of the barrel and like rests her hand on it.
I hate that.
Oh,
I don't want to die, but I'm okay with it.
Listen, Kenneth ain't super smart, but she ain't that dumb.
yeah, no, that's fine. I just remember actually seeing that in gun safety classes. All right, so
Oh.
with that, yeah, no, there's stupid people in Minnesota. So with that in mind,
Oh, sorry, Minnesota.
That should be the open to the episode. This state
should've been.
sucks. Hey, everybody.
oh gosh,
Hope we're not
That's-
geocaching
No,
this.
to be fair, there's stupid people everywhere.
There we go.
Oh, good.
But
save.
specifically, there's some.
But
There's,
they seem to congregate in the state of Minnesota.
it
is what
seems
you're
whenever
saying.
guns and hunting are involved.
Up with Missouri, down with Minnesota is what Calvin Piper
Come on.
says.
Can we please
Only
do
place
anywhere
Minnesota's
else?
ahead of Missouri is
These
in
are-
the alphabet.
Yeah.
It is.
What?
I did it in my head. I did it in my head.
I'm in Minnesota.
Oh, I hate this. Oh.
In my head.
All right, so
Yeah, right.
shall we,
Under cover of darkness.
Snipe
Okay.
people
let's go.
while they're sleeping.
Let's do it.
So, with
I hope.
your newfound information, you guys, where are you going?
Oh,
he
we're
told-
just playing.
He told
We're
us
gonna go
about the
face
great
the
house
great
we're
house.
headed towards.
Uh-huh.
Did he tell us where it is?
He did not.
Can I pull up my mini map and see if there's an exclamation point?
It's not an exclamation
I'm
point.
sure that we could ask the barkeep.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
he's
we have
great.
tapped. No,
Wait, I
offense,
love
we have
that we
tapped
just-
this guy for knowledge.
Din,
I've not
Din,
asked him anything today.
You walk up to the bar and you see the individual kind of sitting there. He looks over at you. Is,
Din.
oh, good morning to you. Or evening,
He's
actually.
a different guy.
Wait, who are you?
I'm Kin.
King?
Kin.
Kin.
Kin. Yeah.
Oh, Kin and Din? Dinkin?
No, just Kin.
Wait, where's Din?
What do you mean?
Wait, is this the same guy?
It looks exactly the same.
Insight check.
He's got personality.
Yeah, he might.
I think he told us he was Finn the first time we met him,
Is this a split situation? Because this is awesome. I'm not going anywhere the rest of the campaign.
Sorry,
We're just staying in this bar
This
forever.
is Calvin refusing to keep track of character voices for characters
12?
he never planned on us having much
12?
interaction with.
Looks exactly the same.
Yep, it's the
All
same
right.
guy.
Anyways, do you remember me?
You're the scary one, the Lucian.
Lucius.
Spot
on. Close.
Right,
Anyways, do you know
right.
where the Grey House is?
The Great? I mean...
Like where it used to be, you know? It's not out of order, but we're sightseeing, and I would love to see... Like,
Sorry,
We're urban explorers. We like to, explore.
which Great House are you
urban
looking for?
areas.
There's
No,
there's the
no,
bar,
that's
and
the
there's
thing. That's the thing. We're actually talking about the tavern, owned by yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Great House.
Malcolm Sandvik.
I know. I have it open.
The Great House. I mean, it used to be. If it was anywhere, it was in the Rust.
The what? Rust?
The Rust. I mean, you're more than welcome to head down there, but not a lot of people go there unless you live in the Rust. But
What is the Rust precisely?
well, the Rust is it's where the non-related people go for the houses. Most of the people who live in the Great House districts are related to the Great Houses or employed by them in some way, shape, or form. If you don't live there, you live in the Rust.
So for the unaligned.
Right. For the unaligned and less fortunate of the lots.
Sure.
Oh, it's like the slums?
Well, I would call it the slums. It's
No,
not-
but it is.
Rust isn't readily enjoyed, especially in a city made mostly of
Is it
metal,
where the
so,
impoverished go?
Yeah, for the
Okay,
most part.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
I don't want to call them,
No, I know. I've been thinking make it what they
hate
wanted to be. It's great, but like also like this is
Some of them can't help it, but yeah, they all live in the Rust. But that was where it used to live. That's where it used to be back when the Rust was more of a populated place.
You know what is a great like recruitment center for like illegal places
What?
Poor people.
where poor people live.
Hey,
It's
he
a
ain't
system
wrong
that's
about
created
it.
and that's legal.
So you're
Doesn't
saying
work
we
for
might
them.
find some untoward people there?
No, I'm just saying that it's more likely that they're running an operation there.
Oh, right. Connecting the nefarious deeds of Henry Fenlow to...
Hey, Ken.
Yeah.
Well, thank you kindly.
Yeah, we're friends.
Oh shit, you weren't talking to me, were you?
For listeners, a gold piece was tossed across the counter.
Thank you.
I'm marking this down every time.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm whittling it down,
Yeah.
and I am happy.
You're
I'm
getting
thriving.
there. You're thriving. All right. So
It's
you
gonna bite me
guys
now someday.
begin. You guys are going to the Rust, apparently.
Sounds like
Okay.
we're headed to the Rust.
All right. So you guys leave the warm comfort of the Noble Lantern Inn, beginning to leave the Tin District under the shadow of the Great House as the crescent moon is now beginning to get towards the top of the sky. You guys begin to make your way through the streets, past the buildings, towards the direction that you were given for the Rust. Eventually, the gleam of the brass and copper of the buildings around you slowly begins to start fading from all the buildings around you, the further you get from the shadow of the Great House. So slowly you don't notice it at first, but eventually the clean outline of symmetry gives way to buildings and streets that boast wood in places where shiny the metal used to stand. And what metal you see started taking that kind of brownish green tint of age and oxidization. After a time, even the absence of metal gives way to thatch and tarps on some buildings. The streets become thinner and more curved in design until you can't really tell like where a block really is. It's more just kind of misshapen and just kind of all clumped together. And now, being that it's dark, it's kind of hard to see what populace would be here, but the individuals that you see out here at night begin to look less clean as well. No more can you see the clean-cut citizens of the center of the city. Now you're starting to see common folk boasting more of a lived-in look, so to speak. The demographic here is also very different. So it's one of the things you notice. Out here, usually I mean, you saw the human and human-adjacent creatures living closer to the center. Now you begin to see the occasional orc, hobgoblin, even tiefling or two. And some halflings, some gnomes, other individuals who you never would have thought to see in this city or haven't seen yet. No dwarves, though. Still no dwarves.
Kind of like it down here a little bit more than up there.
Yeah, it's comfy.
Okay. So, you guys are now deeper into the rust, the outskirts of the city itself. Now, based on the topography of the city, because you haven't really seen it, the city is essentially a giant ripple. So the great house is in the middle, and everything ripples out from there. The districts are kind of pie charted in this city, so each section is part of it. The rust essentially lines almost the entirety of the outside, except for the side that butts up to the mountains, or what's left of the mountains. So it's basically a giant horseshoe of slums around the city, so it's a lot of ground to cover. So I would say it's going to be a high DC, but I'm going to have two people go ahead and roll investigation checks to see if this first night you can find the location.
I'm going to use my new ability that I got from leveling up.
Sure.
Taking that feat. I'm going to cast guidance on whoever's doing it.
There you go.
You said investigation?
Yes.
I mean, I only have +2 to it, so
Same.
If anybody has any better.
0.
Glyph,
Yeah, I got it.
are you better at investigation?
Yeah.
Would you like advantage on that?
I investigate things pretty well. Advantage would do me alright.
Do you want to roll by yourself? Oh, you got to add a d4 to that too.
Okay.
Because I have guidance.
Cool.
It's okay.
Yeah, 3!
18.
Man, I get clerics now. Let's go.
You search for several hours, kind of asking around and kind of, getting what information you can from individuals around. 18's not going to do it, unfortunately. There's no sign of the Great House Tavern anywhere.
Like, nothing left?
Nothing that you have seen, and nobody has any indication of where it is.
Can I make a perception check? Like, I know I've been doing it. I've done this 2 times previously. But now that we've been asking questions about something that is gone, can I start make a perception check and see if anyone is like actually, I think it would be more of an insight. Be like, are they like? Why are they asked? Like, why are we asking? Like, 4.
4.
Yeah.
Hard to read. People seem pretty open, or maybe they're not. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
People are weird. Unlike me.
Are there any establishments in here? Maybe we can go and you're good at buying your way in and out of places. So maybe, maybe we could go to an establishment and butter somebody up.
I just tip people really well.
You do. That's good. Good on you.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, is there anywhere like you want us to find somewhere?
Also,
to stay?
I'm watching my pockets. I don't feel super comfy around here.
Oh my gosh.
I'm being for real.
Make a privilege check.
As you have spent about, I would say, probably close to 2.5 hours kind of looking around and asking people that you have seen, you begin to notice that any establishments that you do see around here, any building that looked like it could have been more than a residential area, have all been fitted to house people. There is nothing in the rust that is a shop or a tavern or anything like that. It seems like any business that was here has either moved on or been pushed out.
And that would explain why the Great House no longer exists there.
Where do these people shop?
Most of them you'd assume would shop at the scrap market, which is near the center of the city.
Okay, so the center of the rust?
Center of the city. The rest is essentially a horseshoe
So
around
it
the
appears
outside.
that these people don't have any kind of services.
Think about it as like a small town that has to drive 30 minutes
no
into
bodegas.
The nearest Walmart is an hour away.
Yeah, the nearest Walmart's an hour away type thing.
It's literally just the place people
Is
sleep.
this close to
Just the subway
is there
there.
like so I know this is a very like
Gas station.
big
somewhere.
large city. But is there like a woodsy area where people could hunt and probably like get food, or is this just like they
Not
have
that
to
you've-
walk an hour every day?
Not
to
that
get
you've
food?
seen. You did notice upon entering the city itself there were farmlands over to the east of the
So
city.
across the town from where the rust. Well, the rust is like.
Depending on where you are in the rust, I'm not really giving you like a specific location where you are, but it could be anywhere from a half hour from where you are to 3 hours from where you are, just depending on where you actually are in the rust.
Okay.
But it's mostly farmland. There's not a lot of woods. The most foliage that you know of, even in the grasslands itself, usually is located near bodies of water. So rivers and lakes is where some woods or trees would be, but most everything else is either dirt or grass. It's pretty open.
So I think what's happening here is a lack of incentive. Maybe? I don't know. But I don't know if we should just start buying our way places, I want to maybe we should ingratiate with the locals here, and then maybe they'll tell us more.
I'm good at that. I can do that.
You want to do that?
I can do that.
All right,
I can do that.
All right, sweet.
We're
gonna do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Guidance.
How late in the day is it?
At this point,
Yeah.
Night, right?
it is night.
I mean, the moon's out.
Oh, it's night.
Moon's out.
Would we perhaps want
Do
to
that in a
try
day.
to talk to people during the daytime? It
Probably.
might rouse too many suspicions doing that at night.
Or we can catch someone doing a crime in the middle of the night.
You know
and
what?
leverage it over them. Just kidding. That's a joke. Let's go to bed.
We could, but we're here right now, and we kind of want the cover of night to go scope this place out.
But we're going to have to be in the city at least 4 more days anyway.
It's true.
Okay.
You know what?
Can we ask where this derelict building might be?
Yeah.
I
Let's
mean, do
figure
you
it
want
out.
to go knock on someone's house?
Is there anybody out and about in the streets?
You've seen people out and about. You've seen people on porches or on balconies, having an evening smoke or having a drink with a couple other individuals. There's life out here. It's not dead, but it is definitely.
I'd like to look for an older individual.
Sure. Easy enough to find. You can see looks to be 3 gentlemen all sitting on a slightly elevated wooden porch right in front of a.
Are they playing dominoes?
No, they're all just talking and having these long. All 3 of them have these long, kind of thin pipes that they're smoking. These little trails of smoke coming off of it. Interesting to note, each smoke is a slightly different color. It's gray in coloration, but there's a hint of red coming from one of them, like a purple off of another one, and kind of like a bluish green almost.
Cotton candy.
Does it smell like nail polish remover?
No.
Okay, just checking.
But you see all 3 of them are all kind of sitting together on either a crate or a chair or something like that, and they're all having just kind of a low conversation. They all seem to nod at you guys as you pass by. Again, most people... You're good, that's fine. Most people at this point you notice... it's hard to think about it unless it's actively happening, but a lot of times when people do see you or clock you guys, there is a moment or two longer of a stare, because again, there are individuals in your group that are not really frequented in their areas, but for the most part they just kind of nod at your presence and continue with their conversation. But if you want to walk up,
leverage that. I'll walk up to him, say, evening fellas, good night for a smoke. I see, I respect it.
Evening.
Not bad. I had just one kind of passing question. Imagine you guys have lived down here for a little while.
That's right, yeah, we've been here for most of our lives, actually.
Oh, well, me and my friends, the weirdos, as it were, that have been walking around. That one, there's not a real person in the coffin. It's fine.
There is.
We've kind of just been looking around for a place that used to be known as the Great Hall.
House.
The Great House. Yeah. I don't know. I could be wrong. Might have. Hall or house?
Heard it both ways.
House.
Yeah, apparently house. So, I don't know. I figured maybe you guys would have a little knowledge if you've been down here a while. I've heard it's been kind of derelict and run down over the last decade or so.
I got. If it'll help us with our cause, I give you 3 silver apiece for any information you got.
They all kind of look at each other and just kind of shrug, and one of them who was just kind of sitting back just watching you guys is...
Which color smoke is he, the one?
He's the purple.
Purple. Lavender boy.
He knows
Purple
everything. He knows everything.
Dude smoking grape right now.
Grape, that's what it is. Sorry, not lavender.
The purple smoke kind of leans back in his chair.
Purple smoke. Purple haze.
Purple smoke.
The Great House is, it was one of the top places for us to hang out, have a drink, have a story or two. But Now it's not that anymore.
What is it now?
Mostly place for low lives and degenerates to get together.
Oh, so we ought to steer clear, huh?
Unless you're looking for trouble,
Not particularly.
I'd steer clear of it.
Well, trouble is named Fenlow.
Where is it, so that we might steer clear of it? Very precisely, because we'd like to get near it, but obviously steer clear of it.
It's your funeral. I don't claim to know you nor care much about what you're doing, but if money's what you're paying and information is what you're looking for, it's about an hour north of here.
Excellent.
Just keep following this road for the most part until it splits into two, and then you'll want to take the leftmost one. That one looks like it might actually end up in a dead end, but just keep walking.
Oh, it's someone
Now,
taking notes.
at one point you think it might be like looping you around, but that's just the way the houses look. You're actually just going in a straight motion.
I had an aunt who lived kind of in a place where it's like once you go past the grove of trees and then you go a little bit further. Is there anything like that I can like visualize?
Yeah, right.
Please
When you
make
see
it stop.
when you see the one house that looks like it shouldn't be there, just go another two houses up, and you'll probably find it there. If you've hit the mailbox, you've passed.
Oh, you've gone too far.
Is anyone
Yeah.
else finding this extremely painful to live?
I actually
think I
had
can
no
do it.
idea how
What?
so
Not
many of us
really.
got on the porch. I just thought you guys were going to keep walking and I was going to veer off, and it just turned into
slowly
a
gathered on the porch.
shithole.
I'm yelling this from below. This is terrible. Stop.
Well, hey fellas, really appreciate it. Imagine that
what?
about an hour from now, you guys will probably be back here anyway. So if we can't find it, we'll loop back around and give them just a silver apiece for their trouble.
Just in case I do
She said
forget,
3 apiece.
can you sketch me out a map real quick and I'll give them each the 3 silver?
None of them have a way to sketch a map.
I'm sure I do.
I have a
I
quill.
fog up potholes, glass.
With no ink.
You know what?
Just put down.
Blood. Yeah.
Somehow the verbal instructions were better than what they drew.
Oh.
Yeah, mate, I'm gonna get the. It looks like a penis. I'm gonna get it.
So, gentlemen, it sounds like you and your ilk miss having a place to congregate and services to provide you a better quality of life.
I ain't gonna lie, it was nice when we had it, but times have changed. Most of the businesses move closer to the center of the city, more business, less trouble, as it were. So,
And there are no entrepreneurial souls with a heart for this community that might have attempted to open businesses that could serve you.
no, I mean, anyone who tried quickly found out the reason why people don't come here, because most of the people that live here are the destitute and thieving type.
Yep.
See, further out, the further you get from the shadow of the great houses, the more you see that it's less about the good of the people and more about the good of their people. But
Do you feel like that's mainly because they, in fact, have been marginalized and made to feel like their lives don't matter as much and they have to fight for everything they have?
some, possibly, but others are just terrible people with a penchant for causing pain wherever they go.
Yeah, I got it. We live in a society.
We do it, and the other two are
Yeah.
nodding in agreement. It ain't too bad though.
Super deviant.
House is paid off. Guards don't show up here too often, and usually you can get away with a bit of magic or two this far out from the.
Oh yeah. Oh, word you.
Like,
Yeah, okay.
So wait, you're just talking. We don't hear this.
You need to find a real estate agent.
You're right. I feel like if ever there was a home for us.
I love this place.
Can any of y'all do magic?
Well, no.
Try it.
No magic for
All
me.
right.
But I had a niece who
Oh yeah.
proved she was quite good actually at all that. So she went to the university. They took her up there.
Yeah?
And,
She's like a
taught
trapper
her.
now.
No. I can't say I know rightly what happened to her. It was about 4 years ago that she went up to the university.
What's her name? Maybe if we run into her, we'll tell them Uncle so and so said hi. What's your name?
Benedict.
Benedict.
Her name's Benedict.
No.
Not really a very hot name for a lady.
Doesn't need to be hot. It's a name.
Her name's. Her
Not
name
even
is
better.
Jeddah.
Jeddah?
Jeddah.
Like Jedi, but with an A at the end.
Jetta, like the car.
Oh, Jeddah.
Thank you. Jeddah Marbury was her name.
Marbury.
Distinguishing characteristics.
Hell, why are you gonna ask her out?
I don't know. She's cute.
Maybe.
To be honest, I don't rightly know if she's living anymore.
Oh,
Just haven't.
that's dark.
You know, like,
Well,
it's
we
kind of
live
like the
in a world
foundation of
full
all
of
hotness is,
monsters.
are you alive?
Magic.
Well, we
It's a good
we would
start.
love to get you
Agree.
back in touch with your long lost niece, if that's at all possible. It sounds like you.
If you ever run across a highly skilled magic user who works for the academy, whose name is Jeddah, you let her know, Uncle Benedict.
There's a good chance that that's the girl. Could be.
Could be. She was she's real good at that. What's that thing? The one where you can create. You can
Transmutation?
make no, you can't. No, it's the one.
I'll create bonfire and I'll
It's
create
the-
one in my little hand. That one?
The other two guys, one of them holds his pipe out a little further away, and
Yeah, gotcha, mate. And it's right off the tip of the.
no, she was
Thing.
good at the.
Instantly.
She was good at the one that
show
could.
up.
the gear's gonna gotcha.
She was good at calling things, I guess. is what
Conjuration?
she would make things appear, like strange things that looked like creatures, but
Sounds like she was a bad.
Oh, like illusion stuff, or
well, it wasn't a
It was
picture.
real?
It was real. She could.
what?
There's one time
What?
There's one time we knew she was special, is when she would tell everybody that she had this friend that she talked to, and
Yeah.
she had like an imaginary friend, and everyone
Yeah. Well,
everyone
not
thought she
imaginary.
was just talking to just her funky imagination, but turns out she actually had summoned like a creature from the Feywild.
From the Feywild.
Yeah.
What?
There's a little creature. Never saw it.
wanna go
I
there.
never personally, but it was real. It actually happened, and
And
so
this is the origin story of Pip Pennywhistle from Campaign 2.
Oh my gosh, I would weep. That's so sweet.
tiny little goat thing that she just held on to for years and turned into a cleric.
Let me tell you.
I feel like you're gonna send me an MLM.
From the Feywild at the behest of a smart girl.
She was really cool. We got along so well. I was like, listen, have you ever heard about the Everlight?
These guys are smoking the Everlight.
I
right
really
now.
hope I somehow become a patron for this.
That would be good.
It's Kim.
Anyhow, Benedict is
maybe.
like, yeah, she's something else. She's real good at it.
Well, I'm sorry for your, I don't know, just the grief you've had to go through, not knowing if she's here or not here. But, I mean, we'll keep an eye out once we're...
You get used to
Out
it,
and about.
living out in the rust.
It's totally possible that Mr. Kane's dead right now.
Okay, lots of people... Let's not get into
Well, I mean,
it.
like, every time we don't see him, like, your uncle might be dead.
Holy shit, why would you say something like that?
Just pops in my
Message,
head.
get a message
Where's he
spell
at?
going right now.
Your uncle's fine.
Your creepy friend's got a point. When you don't see somebody,
You appreciate every moment you have with
Alright,
him.
hey, this has been great and everything,
all
but I
three
think
of
we
them-
need
all
to
three of
keep...
them-
I should
all three of the
probably
guys
just
are
keep
nodding
moving.
as-
Exactly. See, I would love to be on the porch and, like, smoke some pipes with my friends. Like, when I get some.
Honestly, it's top drawer. Anyways.
Yes, when
Real.
you get some.
Whenever you get friends, it's nice.
You'll see one day.
Speaking of getting friends, I'm already beating feet down the path.
Okay.
As like a...
All right. Okay, so you guys are heading towards what you believe is the direction of the old Great House Tavern. Go ahead and survival check 2 people. I want 2 people, not advantage.
I'll do
zero.
one.
-2.
Plus 6.
Those two.
So you 2 are gonna roll. All right.
Can I get guidance as well?
No, I'm
Also-
gonna guidance him because I haven't done it
Oh,
yet.
okay,
Can,
good.
can I describe how I did guidance?
Of course you can.
Okay, so as I put my hand on you, nothing happens, but the casket opens a little bit and a little wisp comes out and then sits next to your ear and gives you small advice. Like every time I do it, it's a different voice. This time it's like a small British man. It's like, you got this. It's like just like whispering it.
Oh my gosh, it's like different.
So do we all see? Do we see the wisp?
Yeah. What's funny is that when you look at it, it doesn't move, but when you turn away, you swear it gets closer. It's really weird.
So I see the wisp and I see him inhale. I'm like, if that gives him cancer, I swear to God, it's over.
Well, I don't know. Do you smoke?
No. The answer's no.
No.
Hey, we live in a world full of monsters.
Do you want a beer?
Magic.
4.
I can't
Underage smoking.
take you out. Yeah.
Like my small child.
The average age of
and then my other
citizens here is
small
17
child.
years old. People don't live long.
That's true.
For the listeners,
We don't have modern
Smoking
medicine.
age.
for the listeners, Damien, what's his name? Lucius.
How'd you know about my brother that doesn't exist?
It's his actual first name.
You know about my backup character. It's weird.
How do you know you might be on his notes? Because I don't know anything about my family.
Lucius just smoked TBD out, is what just happened.
How did I smoke him out?
Okay,
You described it for all of us.
I'm gonna roll a survival check.
You have a D4 to it. Not you.
Not me.
Oh.
It's not the good.
Oh gosh.
The British guy is speaking too loudly. He's just like...
Yeah. I don't understand his accent.
What did y'all?
He rolled a nat 1. I have a total of 8.
6. And then a D4, right?
You don't add
Yeah,
things to
D4.
that one.
No, it's not one, Matt. You don't. No, it's all.
Wait, do you think I could have advantage from knowing country directions? You know how country people give directions? You know how it's like, my aunt had a place down that way where the grove trees.
That doesn't check out.
I think it does. I think country directions.
Did he tell you to travel where the wild things are?
No,
Do you want
That's
advantage?
entirely different set of directions.
Take the bridge to Terabithia? I don't freaking think so, Michelle.
He did at one point go, if you follow that crow for a while, it'll take you straight to it.
There we go.
Wait, there's a crow?
Uncollaborative.
No.
Because if there's a crow.
We play
No.
No, Michelle, nothing good for you, even though it would benefit us. Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, that's because there's one person in the team that does get preferential treatment.
It's Drew.
It's Drew.
100%
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it doesn't check out as far as to who Calvin's married to, but it's 100% true.
It could be anyone.
That was so cute.
Drew is indeed very cute.
Okay, so
So the consensus is no because you're
I don't care.
an a-hole.
Put that on my casket.
I think Calvin should make a decision, and he looked like he was going to ascend and say, "That's
you know,
brilliant
I
storytelling
hate to have you
yourself."
guys keep fumbling your way
Towards this.
towards
As
this.
if we have
Just give us more hours.
I inhaled
Like,
too much of the
I mean, you can either try this again tomorrow, or I can give it to you tonight. It's
Let's
up
go.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
That is a nat 20 this time for a
There it
total
is.
of 26.
Didn't need the total. It just happened. You don't need to
count.
roll again.
I wanted
Matt, you don't get advantage.
16.
What did Matt inhale? We're rolling again?
What are we rolling?
Can I get another
I'm getting whisked, guys.
another hit of that coffin wisp.
There's gotta be a
Coffin Wisp is a great band name. Coffin Wisp?
not even a band name.
I thought you were gonna say it was a great cannabis. I think that'd be a
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yes.
Oh, spelled coughing.
It's
wisp.
like it's
It's coffin, but the G is in a wispy form.
No, there's no G. It's just there's just an N with an apostrophe. Coffin wisp.
coughing.
You guys find yourselves at the intersection of very sparsely lived buildings. Light is almost non-existent here, except for the sun or the moon that's casting just a very faint white light. But you can see a larger kind of warehouse-looking building. It seems to be there's like some chimney stacks along the sides of it. The doors and windows are all boarded up, but very faintly against the wood of the front of this thing, you can barely see kind of the outline of faded paint that once was a sign that said the Great House. You have found the fallen tavern, where hopefully you'll find more information on Henry Fenlow. And that is where we're going to take our leave tonight for this episode. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, goodbye, everybody.
We have to wait a whole week to see each
A
other
whole
again.
week.
Atticus freaking out.
thanks for listening to the Wild Magic School Bus. I hope you had as much fun listening as we did making this for you. You can catch new episodes each Monday on whatever podcasting platform you use. And while you're there, leave us a review if you want. It actually helps us out. We've got socials too. You can follow us on Reddit at r/WildMagicSchoolBus, send us a subtweet at WildMagicSchoolBusPod, or follow our Instagram at WildMagicPod. Either way, stop by and say hi. We're always happy to meet new friends. See you next time.
Coughing.
Okay, so you're trying to have this as a part of the podcast.
With a natural 20, you can definitely find your way using the directions that were given to you to get to to head in the direction. After about another hour and a half or so of travel, you guys find yourselves in a little bit of a intersection of roads. You can see that there are residential buildings here. It's very sparse light here. Most of the light is gone, and there's only a little bit of light from the actual. There's only a little bit of light from the actual.
When you an adolescent playing a video game in the background.
You know what? I think that's just flavor to the town that we're at. Like that's
it's an actual desktop, 100%.
There's a little kid in the town running around with a gun, shooting it off.
Yep.
The Rust is a horrible place.
It's terrible place.
No one grows up in Rust.
It's like Lord of the Flies situation, but only
Hey,
because...
I'm 12 years old. That makes me an old man in the Rust.
Y'all got any CBD on you? What?
Hey, there is literally nothing for kids to do here in the Rust. Bye.
open that coffin. I need the wisps.
What I would do for a Starbucks to hang out in front of.
I killed a man for some Play-Doh once.
TBD, hide your toy.
He's getting stabbed as we look at him because he's got a McDonald's toy.
All the mother kids when they pumped up.
All they want to do is play.
Yeah, and
It's a shame.
Take your
TBD.
money. That was so funny.
And that's a great spot for an intermission.